Hey YouTube, how's it going? Well, it's not super great. We'll put it that way. First up, this sound right there. I started hearing that earlier today. And it took me a while to chase down where it's coming from. It's coming from back there. It's coming from inside the tower. This means that more than likely one or more of the fans in that tower are on the way out. Bearings going bad or some kind of crap like that. That's pretty much what that means. Like I really needed something else. You ever have one of those days that, well, it starts out well good enough, like ordinarily enough, it takes a sour turn at some point, and it just goes downhill from there really, really quickly. That's kind of what today's been to me. The day took a sour turn at some point this morning, and I can't even exactly say when or what caused it exactly even. It just took a sour turn. And it's been getting worse all day and all night. I have been all day trying to shake it off enough so that I could get the Journey to the FarLands video for today recorded, which at this point is not going to happen. It's too late for it to be today. So it will be tomorrow, assuming I get my head out of my whatever enough to actually do that, because right now I'm not in a really, really great place, let's put it that way. And I don't know. It even warmed up a little bit today. It's like almost 48 or so in here. It's crazy. In January, no less. It's got, I don't know, you can't even count on the weather anymore. Not that I want the cold, mind you. Good God, I don't want the cold. But I don't know. I guess it's one of those things that it comes from feeling like no matter what you do, no matter how much you claw and scratch and scrape, you're always scratching uphill. You're always in a down situation trying to claw and scratch and scrape up. And it gets to you sometimes. And it's kind of getting to me. Because sometimes it just gets to me that I feel like no matter what I do, I'm always going to be sitting here about 20 or 30 steps down below what anybody would consider to be average or normal. And there's always going to be not enough of this or that. There's always going to be not enough of money. And no matter what you do about it, no matter what you try to do about it, there's always going to be something that blows a hole in your efforts to do something about it. Like, for example, beginning of this month, I sincerely believed that the plan that I had in place was going to successfully enable me early in February, shortly after getting paid, to do something about getting the heating fuel, the propane that I need, to keep things at a reasonable temperature of 60 or 65 degrees all the time, and not have to worry about sitting around here having to go stand in front of the oven every once in a while to hold my hands in the oven to cook the cold feeling out of my fingers. That is such a ridiculous thing to have to do. Nobody should have to do that. But it's par for the course for me. You know, in this modern world, nobody should have to spend a month with pneumonia. But I did. And yeah, all of this stuff just adding up. And I realized that most folks, on average, don't consider the financial needs and whatnot that I have so much trouble with to be any kind of a big deal at all. It's just like, oh, it's only that, so go for it. And it's never been like that for me. You know, most people go, well, such and such is only $20. Who cares? Anybody's got $20. No. No. $20 has always been a lot of money to me. I don't know. I'm not even sure where I'm going with this. I just had to talk, and since there is nobody that I feel like I could talk to in person, there is actually nobody I could talk to in person, you know. Everybody I know either lives hundreds of miles away or has died. And of the people that have died, there's only one or two of those that I would talk to if I could. So, you guys get elected. And I'm not even sure what I need to say. Just, okay, here's the basic sum total of how it feels in here right now. I'm poor. I've always been poor. My family has always been poor. Even all as far back as when I was born, the family has always historically been poor that I know about. Nobody in my family that I know about has ever been even comfortably well off. Never mind rich. Forget rich. That doesn't happen. There's no such thing as rich. And that's the way it's always been. And every effort that I've ever made to change that for myself has either fallen apart or just plain blown up in my face. And sometimes it feels like you're carrying a pretty good sized load, a pretty heavy load, and you're holding it by the excrement covered end of the stick. And that's what it feels like to me. That I've spent most, if not all of my life doing, is holding it by the excrement covered end of the stick. My apologies if this is too depressing for some. And now I am going to contribute to my frustration and play in another poker tournament. This one has got a $100 prize pool. The first place prize is like, I think it's about $30. It pays the top 40 finishers. and there's going to be probably 2,000 people entering into it, and most of those are going to be complete poker idiots because half of the entrants will be out of the tournament in the first 20 minutes. And if I'm very, very careful, that won't include me. But will I make it to the money? If history has anything to say about it, no. But I'm going to try for it anyway. And now I'm going to shut up because I just realized this thing is almost 12 minutes long. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'm out of here.
Mr. TinFoilChef.